the one that keep the pregnancy. So this estrogen nourishes the fertilized egg. And this corpus luteum, it produces progesterone. So it helps the egg to survive. It nourishes it. It helps in the implantation up to 12 months. 12 months, 12 weeks, up to 12 weeks. The corpus luteum produce progesterone. It produces progesterone up to 12 weeks, and it helps maintain the pregnancy. After 12 weeks, this will be replaced by the placenta. This time, placenta will take over and it will nourish now the growing fetus. And also during the first 12 week of pregnancy, there is the hormones that you call HCG, the human chorionic gonadotrophin. HCG also help in the maintenance of the corpus luteum. That is the one that you check if you are pregnant or not. The test, the pregnancy test, that is the HCG, because HCG only increase if the woman is pregnant. It is not present if you are ovulating and no fertilization takes place. HCG is not present. It only appears when the woman is pregnant. So that is your follicular phase. This is the increase in estrogen, maturation of the egg. And then luteal phase, corpus luteum secretes progesterone. Both estrogen and progesterone, it prepares the uterus for implantation of the fertilized egg. Luteal phase progresses differently in the pregnant or non-pregnant state. If the woman got pregnant, then the estrogen level increases, progesterone level increases. So that is your ovarian cycle. When it comes to the uterine cycle, this is what happened. Okay, if there is no fertilizations that takes place, so menstruation will happen. Progesterone level gradually decreases. So menstruation happens, that is endometrial lining is shed. And then you have the proliferative stage. Now, proliferative, let me take this one. I don't know what happened to my slide. I usually have it here. So this is your uterine cycle. So if no menstruation will happen, you will see that yellow structure, that is the corpus luteum, it deteriorates. It will die. It will die and it will go with a menstruation. And then another cycle will begin, that is your follicular phase. Estrogen gradually increases. FSH will stimulate this egg. Let's go in. Estrogen will stimulate these eggs and follicular phase will happen, will start again. So that is estrogen thickens the uterine lining. This is where it is again. This time, it is this one. Thickening of the uterine wall. On the proliferative phase. And on secretory phase, that is the ovulation. This is the secretory phase. This is ovulation. Thickening of the walls of the uterus. increasing progesterone level. So they are go hand in hand. They are uterine cycle, ovarian cycle. What is happening to the reproductive organ is the same. It's coincide. Menstrual cycle, proliferative cycle, secretory phase. It's coincide with follicular and luteal phase. Do you follow what's happening? It's the same. Increase in estrogen level, increase in progesterone level, almost the same. What is happening in the uterine cycle is also happening on the ovarian cycle. Any questions here? Huh? So the corpus luteum, as I said before, if no fertilization happen, it will die. Without fertilized ovum, corpus luteum now becomes corpus albicans. Familiarize yourself with those terms. Corpus luteum, that there is pregnancy. Corpus albicans, no pregnancy. Plasma levels of ovarian hormones decline. Without hormonal support, uterine lining sloghs off. It shed off. If it is alive, we call it corpus luteum of pregnancy. So the corpus luteum, the fertilized ovum secretes HCG or human chorionic gonadotrophin. The HCG sustain or aids the corpus luteum, and the hormone persists and maintain the uterine lining. So that is what happened when a woman gets pregnant or not, the support it gets from your HCG. So if the woman gets pregnant, corpus luteum is alive. It secretes both estrogen and progesterone, and the hormone sustains the endometrium. Early embryo implants in the endometrium of the uterus. Any questions so far? Huh?
Good.
So the female reproductive, the first menstrual period, we call it menarche. And then menopause, so there are a lot of changes that going in a woman reach the age of menopause. There will be decrease in the ovarian hormones, menstrual period decreases or eventually cease, and then other systemic effect. What are some of the systemic effect when the woman got experience menopause? What are some of those changes?
Menstruation.
Okay, what else?
Their sometimes like their breasts grow or shrink.
Hot flashes.
Hot flashes, the breast sag because of the lack of the progesterone and estrogen hormones. Ligament.
Mood swing.
Yeah. So sometimes mood swings.
Inconsistent period.
So those are some of the changes that's happening to a woman. I have a patient who was on the menopause stage, and he is always irritated when he saw her husband. She doesn't want to see her husband every time her blood pressure goes up. It's because of her hormones. Sometimes you will be surprised at the effect of your estrogen and progesterone in some women when they were under menopausal stage. Emotions are affected.
So, in what age is the car? Like,
It depends. I have a patient who was menopause at the age of 37. But
so
that's very rare.
the
Usually
story.
around 45 and above. That's the normal range of menopausal age.
And what's the difference between menopause and PMS?
What is it?
What's the difference between menopause and PMS?
PMS is premenstrual syndrome. Some women feel cramps, abdominal cramps, hypogastric cramps because of hormonal imbalance. And we call that also